Well, what's going on, LPX community? It's currently about 2:13 a.m. in the morning on Wednesday, December 16th. And why the hell am I recording a video vlog for you guys at this hour? Because like I said in my other videos, these are the only times I really have a chance to actually record videos for you guys. So without further ado, let's go on with today's vlog. And today I'm actually gonna be talking about how to shop for tech gifts for your loved ones, your friends and families, your significant others, etc., etc. As well as I'm going to be hitting on topics about whether you want to upgrade or not, certain tech deals, what pieces of tech to look out for. It's going to be a general discussion on that. I'm going to just have a couple of tidbits here and there for you guys based off of my experience in the past, as well as doing my own personal research. So this is not by all means like an expert's guide to cool tech gear and cool tech ideas, but just a general how to shop guide. So for those of you who are seasoned veterans, this may not be a what's interesting topic for you guys by all means, but I know a lot of you are out there kind of deciding upon what to buy for certain individuals or whether you should upgrade for the holidays or not, because there's a bunch of deals going on right now for phone deals and contract deals and all that stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on in. And yeah, once again, this is actually on my way home from my store and I'm recording for you guys, but I'm going to start off with cell phones. That's a big topic, and I'm going to start off the bat because I bet a lot of you have actually been wondering if I have upgraded to the Note 5 or another phone ever since getting the Note 4 last year. And needless to say, I have not. I have chosen not to upgrade this year for many reasons. The main thing being cost. I just opened up a business. All my money's gone into there, so unfortunately I don't have enough funds to go get another phone or even think about buying one at retail. I could finance another one, but that's once again another finance I don't need to deal with. So these are one of the situations where, especially this year, I looked at all the new phones. My fiance got the S6 Edge and I looked at the Note 5 and everything, but there was nothing really brand new this year that really urged me to go get a new phone. Because I can tell you right now, the last few years, I've always gotten a new phone, whether I purchased it outright for retail, traded mine in, or gave my old one to my sister, or anything. I always found a way to get a new phone. But this year, none of them really impressed me enough. Sorry about that skip there. My battery died. I had to replace the battery on the camera really quick. But like I was just saying, there was really no phones out this year that really impressed me. Not the iPhone 6S, not even the Note 5. Nothing was majorly improved from the previous model that made me want to get it. And so I think a lot of you fit under that category. For those you think about for yourself, none of the phones really improved enough for me to even recommend you upgrading. If you're due for an upgrade, then yes. Because if you're due for an upgrade, that means you have like the S4, Note 2. You have phones from 2 years ago, meaning that yeah, it is a viable upgrade for you guys because it's a significant upgrade from what you've had before. But if you're not due for an upgrade, or if the person you're shopping for, looking to get a gift for, is not due for an upgrade, I don't recommend you going out of your way to get them that phone. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. None of the phones this year really impressed me. You iPhone users, the 6S is not a huge improvement over the 6. It's not you worth dropping an additional $700 or financing another $400 just to get the phone. I mean, it's really not. All the BS upgrade programs that these companies have, if you have it and it's only gonna cost you $100 to upgrade without any other hidden fees, then do it. But to be honest, guys, none of them really impressed me. So my only recommendation is, if you have a phone from last year, or let's say last holiday, or the current like S6 and stuff from last spring, and you're looking to get a new device, I don't recommend it. I just don't. If you're getting it as a gift, I would only get it as a gift if the person is actually due for an upgrade, or it is a really good deal. Like the really good deals I remember are the 2-year contracts with 0 down. Unfortunately, all the companies have stopped doing that. A lot of them have just gone to, oh, there's some random people in the middle. A lot of people have just gone towards doing the next plan, or like, you know, I forget what all the Verizon Edge program and stuff, where you subsidize the cost of the phone monthly, so you pay $480 over the course of 2 years, which is stupid in my mind. Like, it really is. Yeah, you can upgrade, and so a lot of people think it's saving money. I'm not claiming to be an expert of these programs, but the way I look at it is they're charging, all right, $240 a year for a basic phone. But for the premium phones, they don't tell you, you've got to pay more. You pay upwards to $40 per phone. So you're paying upwards to $480 to $600 a year for a new phone. Okay, fine. And then you upgrade that. But they say, but within 1 year, you can so next year, you can upgrade to the new model. You just continue your payment plan. So essentially, you've paid $600 for that phone for the 1 year. In the original contract plans, because you're gonna be under a contract anyway, you can't just give up your next contract without having to pay the remaining balance. On the original phones, you got a 2-year contract. During the holidays especially, 0 down. It was 0 down for like a $600, $700 phone, and that's it. You just paid your contract. And now, I mean, that was it. So it was a perfect deal. That's what I did for my family 2 years ago. I bought them all Galaxy S5s at the time. No. Yeah, 2 years ago, I got them all S4s. And I got them for 0 down, you know, all 2-year contract, which they are all up right now. And I did it, and it was a great deal. Like, I got 4 new phones for the price of our normal family plan. So it was a great deal. Now, in between, I was trying to do the same thing with the Galaxy S5 or the S6, because they're not, some places, I thought they would be doing the same thing, at least for the S5, or by all means, but not many of the companies were doing it. They're all doing this payment plan thing. So it's just like, yeah. So long story short on that, you don't really need to go through those programs. Instead, if you're looking for an alternative, all right, then what else do you get? A person. Then I would say go with an awesome accessory for the phone. Whether it's a case, a really good case, by means, a really good case, screen protector, or even a smartwatch. And this is where I'm gonna dive into smartwatches, because I feel like smartwatches are a great gift idea. Oh no, here comes the trolls. No, it's not. You're an idiot. Smartwatches are dumb, blah, 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 blah. All right, move on then. You don't have to keep watching this video. But smartwatches, I think, are a great accessory. Not a replacement. I always say this, they're not a replacement to the smartphones, but they are a great extension and accessory of anyone who owns a smart device. So whether if it's a basic phone, you want to get them a Pebble or an Apple Watch, Samsung Gear S2 mode, whatever, all those brands, I think that is, if you think about a nice, cool tech gift, if they already have a good phone and they don't need to really upgrade, get them a smartwatch, because the smartwatches are compatible with all the older phones. You don't have to have the brand new one to own a new smartwatch. Oh my God, mind blown. Yeah, no, you don't really have to. And I think that'd be a great tech gift. Maybe not many people might see the need for or want it themselves, because a lot of people don't want to drop the cash for it. Let's just be honest here. You say it's stupid, you say it's completely useless, but majority of the people just don't want to drop the cash for it. They just don't. Or they don't have the means of dropping it. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of people have legitimate arguments. They just don't have a need for it. That's fine. But then you have the other people in another camp that just downplay it because, number one, they can't afford it. So they just say it's stupid and useless. But I can tell you right now, almost every person that I've met that has had either a Pebble or above has loved their smartwatch. It's just an extra added level of convenience that they never had before. So when you put it that way, it's just, I think it's a great gift. I mean, I personally think it's a great gift idea. And so you may be asking, some of you, how do you go about picking the right smartwatch? The easy answer for me would be, well, number one, what's your budget, first and foremost, but number two, it would just be go by the brand. If you know, number one though, if you're an Apple user and you're watching my videos, that's confusing first and foremost, but if you're an iPhone user, or you know you have a friend who is an Apple user, just give them the Apple Watch. I mean, that's pretty much all you can get them. And if you don't have that much money, you can get them a Pebble, but they're gonna be like why didn't you just give me the Apple Watch? You know, I don't know how to use this thing. But I mean, just get them an Apple Watch. That's the only thing you can for them. But for everyone else, just find out what that person's respective device is, and just get them the corresponding brand's watch. So if they have a Moto 360, or like a Moto X or something like that, get them a Moto 360, the circular watch. Or you can, or if they have the LG G Watch R. They have a Huawei, get them the Huawei watch. Samsung, they have the Samsung Gear Live. They have a bunch of models for Samsung. So whatever your budget is, there's a watch out there that suits their needs. And here's a fun fact too, though. Anything from the Pebble and any of the Android watches are compatible with all the Android phones. So you don't necessarily have to stick to their brands. That's just an easy cop out. But you can go ahead and get any of the Android watches. So for those of you who are very budget friendly and have a generic Android device, you can go actually get an LG G Watch, the first LG G Watch that came out, as like an entry level smartwatch, and it's affordable in my opinion in the smartwatch world, and you can give that as a gift. That's one way you can go. For those of you who have a little bit more money, you can go upgrade to like the LG G Watch R, Moto 360, the new one. Even like the Samsung, for the Samsung users, you have the Gear Fit, which is like the cheapest gear you can get. I love that watch. I used that thing for several months. I loved it until I upgraded to the Gear S. But that's a nice starter. But you can go ahead and get the Gear S, which is an awesome watch. That's the thing that got me started on YouTube. I love that thing. The Gear S2 is a nice new device that is actually compatible across the devices, which is good. So if you're looking for something brand new and shiny, get the Gear S2. I actually prefer this over the Apple Watch, if you guys were debating on it. And out of all the Circle watches, this is where the personal opinion comes in. It's my favorite Circle design watch. I'm not a fan of the Circle designs whatsoever, but if you're picking a Circle design, I pick the Gear S2. I've used the other devices, so I mean that's just my opinion on it. But there's that. But then, like when you go asking, like, well, which watch should I get? What's comparable to the Apple Watch? Don't compare it. If you go out there comparing everything to one brand, you're really limiting yourself. Remember, the Apple Watch came out after all of these other companies have released their respective watches. So you gotta keep that in mind when you go shopping for these things. So the best thing to start off is just look for the respective brands, or go with a generic Android, because if you're not an iPhone user, 9 out of 10 you have an Android device. You can go ahead and get an Android smartwatch for that. And right now, most companies are running awesome deals. So if you can get like the original LG watch, last year it was on sale for like $80. So I'm pretty sure you can get it for a really good price right now. The Samsung Gear S's, if you can get them for under $300, get it, man. Like that's a really good deal. So that's the way to look. Other accessories that you can think of, higher end cases like leather, stylus. You can get stylus pens for people. Even for the winter, for those of you who live in cold areas, you can get them the touch sensitive gloves. If like a Pollyanna gift, you can do that. You know, clothing tech is still tech. You know, it doesn't have to be electronic to be tech. I really find like the touch sensitive gloves to be really cool, because for those of us who live in the Great White North, you know, where it gets cold and gets freezing, those are very useful to have, especially outdoors. So you got that. Other things too, other accessories that you can get. Take a look into headphones, Bluetooth headsets. There is so many out there. I've reviewed a couple early this year, the LG Tone Pros and the Gear Circles, but I would say 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. So on average, a good average, most of all the Bluetooth headsets out there are pretty comparable to one another. Let's just be honest here. For those of you who are like brand, most of the time they are pretty much on par. All the differences are the design and how they feel when you wear them. So you just gotta pick and choose, but most of the time the ones you pick you can end up using. Like for me, the LG Tone Pros, let's just go with the ones that go around, they just rest on your collar, and the ones that rest on your ear. Those are two different designs. because on the LG Tone Pros, it was just like the solid piece that just rested on your collar, and the earbuds came off the edge and went up. The gear circles were actually literal like pieces. The batteries and all the controls are built into the earpieces, so you put them together to rest on your chest, but you pull them apart and put on your ear. Two very different designs, different feel, different functionality. Both had cons, both had pros. But the thing is, I adapted to both devices. You know, I had minor gripes with them in the beginning, but then I just ended up using them throughout the day just fine, nonstop. So I think any headset you get, if you go with a really cheap brand, like a Chinese knockoff from Amazon for 20 bucks, they may work, but they're not going to be the best quality, so just watch out for that stuff. But doesn't necessarily mean brand names all there says to be, because sometimes some of these Chinese knockoffs that you can find on Amazon for really good prices, they work. I mean, you can just look at the reviews. I personally used some of the Amazon reviews to kind of get a general idea of what these devices are like, and most of the times they're actually good. So you can save a significant amount of money and get something that's really comparable. Maybe not the same quality, but it will work just as, not just as good, but it will just work fine. So you can look at those. But Bluetooth headsets are definitely another accessory you can get. Another cool tech item that you might think about getting is virtual reality. Oh my God, virtual reality, that's still around. Yeah, hell yeah, it is. I'm gonna be doing another video on it very soon on why the Gear VR, Oculus Rift, and all the VR stuff is still relevant, and it's not gonna go away. If anything, it's gonna get bigger, and you guys need to get ready for it. But another cool tech idea for the holidays is for anyone who did get the new Samsung phone, so anything from the S6 and up, the new Gear VR is out. It's available now, and it's only $100. And it's still $100 for goggles. Okay, all right, well, you don't know what you're talking about. But they're down from $200 last year and earlier this year. So that is a huge price drop. And for me, that is a no-brainer entry point, because I can talk VR, I can talk your ear off about VR and why it's so cool and all the benefits about it. It's just so many things you can do. Just look out for my video talking about it. But there are a lot of cool, so these are like not everyday use, but these are cool gadgets that you can get them. So you can get them, the Gear VR, and these are all consumer stuff that are available now. The Gear VR or a decent pair of Google Cardboards. So you can either get the pre-made kit from Google, or if you go on Amazon, there's a whole plethora of plastic Google Cardboard, plastic VR adapters for the headsets, because it is just a peripheral for the Google Cardboard app. The Samsung Gear VR has a bunch of other tech features added into it, and that's why it improves it. But that's for another conversation. But so the Google Cardboard stuff can range anywhere from $6 all the way to $200, depending on what you get. But anything between $10 to $30, it's a decent pair of stuff, and you can get some cool laughs out of it, some cool videos, and some cool experiences out of it for the holidays especially. So for those of you who are shopping for like cheap Pollyanna gifts or some cool fun tangent gadget ideas, that might be a way to do it. And the Samsung Gear VR, that's something that you can enjoy with the family. So that's another idea for you guys too. But how about, let's talk about televisions. Actually, that's another thing I want to talk about. How do you go about shopping for TVs? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, for those of you who don't really work in the retail industry, you won't really know this, but when you see all of a sudden all these great TV offers, 60-inch TV for $700, oh my God, this is awesome, it's 1080p, we gotta get it. Now, while the majority of the time they may seem like a really good bargain deal, most of the time they're not, because most of these companies for the holidays, they purposely make cheap televisions to sell at a lower price, to justify them cutting off $500, $600, $800 MSRP. Don't always go by the MSRP, people, because that sometimes is unnaturally inflated to make the device look like it's a real bargain. Because when in reality, most of the times the TVs you guys buy, they're very cheaply made. they are actually much lower qualities than their respective $800, $900 TVs. Yeah, they would be at a smaller size. So, but at the end of the day, folks, size does not always matter. Oh, that's crazy talk. Yeah, you gotta hear me out here. Now, sometimes these deals are really good. If you actually legitimately follow, let's say, Best Buy, and you go to their store all the time, and there is this one TV that you've been eyeing, that you really like, this certain TV series that comes out. Remember, they release multiple series throughout the year, but there's this one LED 4K TV that you've been looking at, and it's gorgeous, but it's like $2,000. Now, come the year end, keep following that same TV. And if you've been doing that, good for you, because most of the times, those will get knocked down several hundred to $1,000, maybe even half of its original value. So what was $2,000 last year is now $1,000 this year, because new models are coming out and they're just going to get rid of it, or there's an open box model. Sometimes those are the TVs to go with, folks. And that's why I do with most of my TVs, even the TV in my house. I was eyeing this TV for about 6 months, but I knew that the next wave of TV sets were going to come out for that model, for that brand. And lo and behold, 6 months later, not only was it retailing for half of its original value, I found an open box one, which saved me another $300 on top of it. So I saved about $1,600 overall. And that was a legitimate save, because this TV was a really good quality TV, had a lot of cool functionality to it. And most importantly, for those of you who are real techies, had a lot of inputs. Because if you look at these bargain TVs, you're going to notice that there aren't, most of the time, not all the time. Don't quote me here saying all bargain TVs are like this. No, but most of the time, these cheap bargain TVs don't only have 1 to 2 HDMI inputs and stuff. There's no digital output for you sound buffs. And while to the mass majority of you, this won't really matter, for those of you who care about quality products and everything, price does not always mean everything. And so for those of you who are especially buying something for someone that is a techie, whether it's a relative or friend, don't go so cheap on them. You know, if anything, if you don't really know what you're shopping about, get them a gift card. Honestly, that's the best gift you can give someone like me. You give someone like me $800 to Best Buy. Oh boy, I will go crazy. So if you're shopping for a techie, and honestly, here's the bottom line for you folks. If you're shopping for a techie and you don't know what they want, and you actually have a budget, like in your mind, you want to get them a TV, and you're willing to spend up to $1,000 for them, give them that much in a gift card. Because then they'll go nuts. It's like Candyland for them. They can go in there and buy whatever they want. They can go buy a nice DSLR camera. Oh, by the way, for those of you who might think of getting a DSLR camera, I'm not an expert by all means, but watch out for those bundle deals, because usually they're bundling older models into newer ones, older models, and just try and get rid of them so that they're giving you a good price. So you may not be getting the best camera out there, but if you're a camera person, you already know what you're buying for. And to be honest, if you're a new person like I was last year, any camera you get, you just do some minor research. I ended up picking up the Rebel T6i for a really good deal. I got a bundle set. It was a new one this year. It had some extra enhancements that I really liked. And on top of that, it could last me the next couple years, at least the next year or two, for vlogging for YouTube. So there's that for me. But going back to the TV and Best Buy thing, if you don't know what you're shopping for, just get a gift card. I mean, it's a cop-out, but to techies, if we have the freedom to purchase what we want and you don't limit us, that is a lot more useful to us, to be honest. You're like, well, you've been wanting this certain computer part. Well, just get in the gift card to the shop so they can shop for what they want. Don't be like, this associate told me this was the best graphics card, or this was the best accessory for your thing. Well, that person is just trying to make a sale. If it's $300 and you're willing to buy that, give that person a $300 gift card. It's going to work out better for that individual. But for those of you who are slightly educated in TVs, or just want to know some basic what you should look for, I'll put it this way, guys. For those of you who are shopping for, like, you're looking for 1080p, woo! 1080p is good up to, and this is my personal preference, up to 50 inches. If you're going above 50 inches, you're going to 55, 60, 65, 70, 90-inch TVs, 1080p becomes a little distorted. You're gonna notice fuzziness a little bit because you're stretching an image beyond what it was meant for. And that's why you have these 4K TVs and even 8K TVs coming out now. So anything above 50 inches, I recommend that you do get a 4K resolution TV, not simulated. But on top of that, when you hit those certain levels, so anything above, oh, by the way, too, for those of you who are just getting small TVs, 32 to 40 inches, so 40 inches and under, you really don't need 1080p because most of the time you really can't detect it. So in between 40 to 50 is where 1080p really shines, in my opinion. This is my personal opinion. Anything under that 720p, you're getting a good TV. But moving on to the upper TVs. So things you want to look out for. So anything 40 inches and above, on top of being either 1080p or 4K or above, you want to look out for the refresh rates. So you're gonna see things like 60 frames a second or 120 frames a second, or the hertz, the speed of the TV. Typically 60 is gonna be okay for anything smaller. For the larger TVs, you're gonna want at least a minimum of 120 because that's pretty much the frame rate, how fast the TV refreshes and everything. And so if you're watching a lot of action movies or playing games and stuff, it's gonna refresh a lot. So you don't want blurriness of fast images, because I noticed that years ago when I bought a 60-inch TV, but it only has 60 hertz. And you could noticeably see the lag in a lot of these things because the image is going a long distance. So you want faster refresh rates. So to be honest, if you're getting anything in between 40 and 50, make sure you're getting at least 120 hertz. And then 50 or above, I recommend you at least getting 240. Or you see all these TVs with simulated 480 or 240 hertz or clear action. That's just like, it's just like an additional function of the TV, but 120 to 240 or above. If you can get above 240, that's even better. But that's what you're generally looking for. And make sure, this is a minor thing, but a lot of you with entertainment centers or people you're buying for that have a lot of consoles and stuff, make sure it at least has 4 HDMI ports. At minimum. 4, hey, hell, if it has 8, perfect. My one TV that I got from my store, it's got 8 HDMI ports to it. Perfect. I love this thing. I got a Vizio 4K. Why? Because it was the cheapest 4K I can get for the store, but it had good stats, it has a good performance record and a good warranty, so that's why I got it. And a lot of you might be a Vizio, oh my god! I'm working on a budget here, so don't blame me, alright? The comparable Samsung TV that I really wanted was like $2,000 more, so no. So that's all about the TVs there for you guys. Other things that you might be looking for, MP3 players, headsets, etc., etc. Just research your brands, to be honest. I'm not a sound expert, so I can't really give a really good, honest opinion. I preferably like Skullcandy. I like Bose. I like the LG and Samsung headphones. Beats, I think they're a waste of money. Let's just be blatantly honest here. They have decent audio quality, but for the price, you can do better. You can do much better. Audio-Technica headsets. Check them out. I love them. I personally use a pair of Astro A40s, which is a gaming headset. 7.1 surround sound. I thought that was worth the money. I mean, for the same price of 7.1 surround sound with awesome audio quality and comfort will get you a Beats stereo headset. That's cheap, plastic, and flimsy. So yeah, I mean, you can get better stuff for the price, folks. You really can. So check those out. There's that. But other things like 3D printers in general, laptops and everything, I can go on and on about it, but just be careful about these bundle deals. I know a lot of you wait last minute to buy these. You want to be the cool tech person for the holidays, so you get, oh, a 2-in-1 laptop or a new tablet and everything, and then you rush to the sales section. Oh, this laptop's only $300. Yes, let's get it. Oh, this cell phone's only $100. Oh, there's a reason for that, but this TV is only $500. It's 60 inches, blah blah blah, etc. Be wary of these sales, because you're not getting the best. You're not in your mind. You think you're getting the best bang for your buck. But if it's a gift especially, the other person may not be getting it. A lot of these devices may break over time. They're very cheaply made. So they may stop working 6 months down the line, and then they're out. Then they have to go out and spend $600 themselves to get a decent laptop. And so for those of you, so I'm going back to my old statement. You know, I would say if you want to be practical about it, get them a gift card to a awesome tech firm or an open Visa card or something, because for techies especially, maybe not all, I mean, especially if you're doing research and you know what you're getting, then that's good for you. But for the generic person, for your moms and dads and friends who are really not tech savvy, they're like they're oblivious to it, just get a really decently priced gift card, and that person will then have the ability to go shop for what they want. If they like a certain brand, they'll be able to get it. If they like a certain quality, they'll be able to get it. So giving them that freedom is actually not a bad thing. So don't think that, oh, I didn't really get them a cool gift because I got them a gift card. For someone like me, I actually prefer it. I just said it before. Like, if I have the ability to go get what I want, or now there was something that I've been wanting to get, but now it's $300 cheaper or $100 cheaper or even $20 cheaper, that helps me. And that makes me more excited. So there's that. So guys, I'm just going to end the video here. I've been kind of blabbering on and on for about 20 minutes now or more. I think I haven't kept track of the time here. But those are just my quick tidbits, feedback that I have for you about these devices generically. But if there is a certain device you'd like to know about, I urge you to reach out to the community by commenting down below. I may not personally be able to get back to your comment, but I'm pretty sure we have a community over 10,000 people now. Someone's going to see your comment and be able to help you guys out. If I'm able to get back to it, I will do my best to get back to it, but definitely reach out to the people down below. And the thing is, even though you don't see me respond to you, that doesn't mean I don't read your videos or your comments. And so if there's a general trend that I see that people are wondering about, I will respond to you via these blogs. So I will do a answering your questions video very soon. So please, I encourage you to keep commenting down below, and I'll glance by them. I get hundreds upon hundreds of not just comments and emails a day, so please do understand if I don't get back to you. But if it's a general trend, I'll do my best to at least answer for you guys. But as always, guys, if you like this new style of video that I'm shooting, I do encourage you to please leave a thumbs up. If you're going to leave a thumbs down because I'm driving, okay, that's fine, whatever, or you're a troller. But I do encourage you, please leave a thumbs up because it lets me know that you guys actually like this, these style of videos and stuff. And if you watch to this part of the video and you're not a subscriber, I really do encourage you to subscribe to my channel, because not only have I done a lot of other videos in the past of other tech devices and talks like this, but I am going to be going forward, be doing a lot more diverse videos, different videos for you guys to just not just to entertain you, and that's what I'm hoping to do on the side, but to educate you guys, to inform you, and have high-level discussions about technology in general, and to help you make better decisions about certain technologies that you may want to support and purchase, and stuff that you should avoid, and etc. But I also want to have fun too. I want to make some fun videos for you guys, so you can look out for those in the future. But please do subscribe if you haven't already done so. But as always, guys, please, whatever time it is in the part of the world that you are watching this video, please have a good day, good morning, and good evening. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Take care. This is a little different scenery for you guys, right? Now, I know it's a review video, but yeah, we're going to be doing a review video in my car for once. Now, the reason behind this madness is because, as you guys know, I've opened up a business for the last few months and I really haven't had time to really shoot videos for you guys. But the thing is, for my personal channel, I'm recording vlogs in my car every time I've been driving back and forth between my store. And I just realized that I could use this time to make videos for you guys in this channel. So from now on, we're gonna be splitting my time between personal vlogs